Hey guys, it's Cryy, and I'm here today with Saru from Eterna Gaming, and I'm finally able to bring you guys that exclusive video that I talked about a couple videos ago, and I'll let Saru explain the rest.
Hey guys, it's me, Saru. So I asked him 21 questions by them.com for the Revelation staff. I spoke with specifically the producer of NAEU. His name is Fabian Alexander, and I decided, hey, Cry, you want to do a video? Let's do this.
So Saru is going to be reading over these questions and also giving the answer from the producer, and then me and Saru will have some discussions at the end of, the good answers, good questions, but some of them will just move on to the next one. This is going to be a lengthy video, so if you guys would like to read the text version, it will be available on the Eterna website, which I will link in the description of this video. So let's get right into it.
So first question, and I thought I might as well go with the question every person is wanting to know. Will Revelation Online in North America be pay to win? How are you looking to prevent players from claiming this term on this game? And their question, or their answer rather, was it was pretty long. I didn't expect it to be so long. It was the following. Pay to win is a term that gets used very freely since it's not always very well defined. Any game with an in-game or premium shop runs the risk of being labeled with it. We are currently planning to only have offerings for convenience, progress, and cosmetic purposes. Since best in slot items will be craftable, the premium shop will not sell that one golden revolver for your gunslinger that will carry you to the top of the damage meters. It is also connected to the larger decision that involves our full business model, which we are not ready to detail in its full today.
They say that best in slot gear is going to be crafted, which is also slightly scary, but I guess it works in World of Warcraft, right?
Yeah. It's pretty
Doesn't work in
cool.
Arcade.
No, oh god, let's just never talk about Arcade.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited because a lot of their interviews, and have looked at the past interviews, and I did ask the community for Revelation, what questions do you guys want me to ask them? And they usually just skip by the pay to win term. They never answer. They were like, yeah, we can't reveal our business model. So it's pretty cool that they actually gave us something that will ease people's minds. So that's pretty cool.
Right. That's the first time I've actually seen an official answer without them trying to kind of dodge it and just, we're not ready to reveal. Seems like they're more detailed with us about this than they have been with any other interview. So but when they say the full business model, does that mean that they have no confirmation if this is going to be free to play over here?
Well, yeah, that's usually what a business model intends on being, is whether it's going to be free to play. But I did think originally, and I was talking to you about this earlier last week, was since Russia's going to be free to play, we're going to be free to play, but that's not going to be entirely the point. Later on, and there's a question that I asked him that's strictly Russian based, that we know that's going on in Russia, and it's not going to happen with us. So that totally changed my mind. I don't know what's going to happen with us. Question 2 is, all right, now that the hard question is out of the way, how are you guys going to be releasing the North American version? Will it be regularly updated, monthly or something? Or are we going to be on the most caught up version? And their answer was, we are planning to apply our own streamlining updates on regular intervals. Updates that will bring the latest content that was released by our partners at NetEase. We will have to reevaluate to be suitable for our market, localized and tested. This will take up to several weeks.
Cool. So we're going to be caught up with the current patch pretty much.
Correct. Unlike other Wuxia-based games.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, their plan was really to release globally, and I like the fact that they're sticking to it. That's what NetEase wants to do, so
yeah,
it's kind of exciting. So the next question was, we've seen in the Chinese version that the server list is quite large, and it really is, Jesus. Any estimation on what we should expect for our servers? And their answer was, we're very pleased with our signups for beta, but the CBT phase will be the crucial point to determine our final server plan. It's a fair answer.
Yeah. Well, just like every other MMO, CBT
Right.
and whatever is just going to determine how big the servers are, how many they need.
Just hoping for no future mergers or anything. I I asked them something that I really wanted to know because I know a lot of MMOs do this. The question was, will the community have a chance in naming the servers? And they said we are not planning on this.
Oh,
So-
rip life, man.
The next question was, speaking of servers, will there be East and West Coast servers or just Central? Their answer was, this will be determined after our first beta test. We need to get more information about the performance.
But it's central.
For real. I'm in East, so I mean, you usually get that weird ping, but it's not that bad.
Yeah, me
Now
too.
this question that I'm gonna answer hasn't been in any other interview, so that's pretty exciting.
Ooh.
And a lot of people have been asking me this, so I never know what to give them. So the question was, will there be an IP block for some other countries? If so, which ones?
Nice.
And their answers was, there are no currently IP blocks planned.
That is very generous, and that's going to help out a lot of people. I think that's really nice if they keep it that way and don't block anybody from playing the game, no matter how shit their ping is.
Right. The next question was a community question. I asked, are we getting custom content for the North American version of the game? By that I mean, will we get content, perhaps even cosmetics, that are not available in the original version of the game? And their answer was, we are actively discussing the possibilities with NetEase. We are working very closely with the development team, but to manage expectations, this would indeed be limited to cosmetics for the time being.
That makes sense.
So that means, in the future, we might get something, cosmetic-wise, that's only based in North America. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, like
It's a possibility.
a Donald Trump mask or...
Oh yeah, I'd leave the game immediately.
Yeah.
All right, so they had a podcast, which is gone around pretty quickly. I asked on the podcast from June 21st with Imba Shadow and Dmitry Piohov. Not really sure how to say his last name. It mentioned that the marriage is restricted to male and female characters, or at least on the Russian localization. Will this apply to NAEU also? Now, this is a question that has been on everybody's mind.
Right.
We have an exclusive answer. No.
There you have it, guys.
We will have male to male, females to female, gay marriage, not straight marriage.
Same-sex marriage for NAEU.
That's exclusive to us, guys.
Yes. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, for real. I know it's a huge question. The next question is also a pretty big question that came from the community. And I know you probably, it probably affects you too. I asked, will people be able to stream CBT content, or will there be a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA? And their answers was, the first test during the testing phase will be under NDA, but in later stages when you open up to a bigger group, still during CBT, we won't have an NDA in place.
Gotcha. That's fair.
Right. I'm guessing like CBT 1 or 2 or something like that. It's going to be NDA, then the rest is going to be non. A lot of MMOs are
Right.
lately, so. This question actually came from you. Is our version going to be using the same gold to cash currency conversion system? If so, will this allow players to spend cash and turn it into gold? What they said was, this is interwoven with our choice of business model. Unfortunately, at this point in time, we are not ready to reveal more information.
Okay, cool. And if you guys are wondering why I asked that question, because the Chinese version has the gold to cash shop currency exchange thing. If crafted gear is best in slot and it's not bound and somebody's able to put it on the marketplace, then this means that somebody could possibly come in with thousands of dollars, convert it into gold, and buy the best gear off the marketplace. And I'm still not sure if that's possible, but I just kind of was wondering. I didn't want it to end up like Arcade, so I thought maybe I'd ask this question. So we still don't have a full answer, but yeah, there we go.
I mean, they might do it, just might do it differently than they did it in Arcade. In a more successful manner.
Let's hope.
Yeah. So this question came from the community. Considering NAEU are very active in PvP in most games, will you be changing any aspects of PvP, like the timers or penalties? Will you consider removing the timing restrictions? Their answers was, we have no intention of ignoring what made the game successful in China. We will review case by case where it makes sense to westernized systems. We are not changing the offer of PvP or its mechanics initially. The next question was, will My.com have any form of content control over North America? or rather, will my.com have much influence over the changes that may better the game over in the Western region?
That's a good one.
Their answers was, my.com is not only publishing the game, but also actively discussing the development with NetEase. Both parties are very aware that players don't expect the same things globally. But simply put, we will need player-driven data to change content. The initial launch offer is going to be a fully featured MMO with a wealth of quality content to explore. We will monitor it from there.
So pretty much my.com has a huge influence after we give them feedback to talk to NetEase to change things. But it doesn't look like they can actually change content.
Right. So it's all up to you guys. I mean, if there's any issues with the game, any bugs, a lot of people just, and this is a personal pet peeve at least, a lot of people just play CBTs or alphas just to play the game. You know, they never really report the issues, so the issues remain and they're never reported. So, you know, it's up to you to change the game. You're crafting the game, basically. This is for the PvE fanatics out there. How many raids will be available at release? And their answers was, we are intending to release the current version of Revelation Online, which contains 4 raids.
I wonder if Dragon's Abyss is going to be a part of that.
Well, that's already out in China, if I'm correct.
That's what I thought, so.
Yeah.
Cool. A raid that takes 2 to 3 months to complete. That's going to be crazy.
I'll be living in there.
Yeah, me too.
Will we be getting 1v1, 3v3, 5v5 arenas equalized? Are you planning to endorse or host community tournaments to help the PvP scene flourish? Their answer was, PvP was designed to be no less important experience in the game than PvE. There are lots of exciting endgame PvP modes and activities such as duels, battlegrounds, arena seasons, special PvE, PvE zones, etc. We expect players will love the chaotic, massive castle sieges you highlighted, or like to organize in guilds and construct their own fortresses and challenge the best skills from other servers. But the smaller scale PvP will indeed be the most feasible mode to promote through community tournament.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm just hoping that some of the arenas are at least balanced, so it's not all gear dependent.
Oh, for real? Well, I know in the Chinese version it's already equalized, except for, you know, guild versus guild, which is normal.
Right.
But I hope it doesn't change. I mean, they said they wouldn't in the previous, so we'll see.
Okay, cool.
So the next question was, how do you plan on competing with long-standing Western MMOs that dominate the markets? What is this game doing tremendously different? The answer they gave was, Revelation Online will offer a lot of content at launch, and the focus lays on the quality of the content. The story-driven adventures, the freedom of flying, and the game's expansive quest systems provide a fun ride. The elaborate PvP features and interesting guild mechanics will make your experience a unique one, for sure.
Yeah, that's enough to sell it for me, honestly, because I'm just in an MMORPG depression, and all the features of this game just has me sold, so.
Oh, for sure. Well, you know, it's not just you. A lot of MMOs nowadays that are coming out, actually this year and the last year have been really deprived of the MMORPG genre, sadly. So, you know, we've been stuck with what we've been getting, so.
Yeah, and I think it's not that this game is extremely unique and brings, like, the newest stuff to the table, but it just has so many features that we like out of all these other MMOs and puts them into one, and it's just so many that it makes it overall the best MMO in my opinion, because there's so much to do in this game. You can never get bored of it, really.
The next question is, will you keep the crafting as it is, or are you planning on changing it in any way, as most NA EU players don't like the stamina-like systems? To my knowledge, this question hasn't been asked before, so it was pretty cool. Their answer was, with multiple gathering crafting professions, Revelation will cater to players who like to create, especially knowing that what they create will be easily tradable through auction houses or player-driven shops. These items will take effort to create, but will be top-tier items in the game. We're not planning to make any changes to these systems initially.
Okay, so are people just not happy with the stamina system, aka the labor system of the game?
Well,
and
yeah,
that's what they want fixed.
I think, you know, a lot of us in the North American region just don't like the whole labor system. At least how it was. I think the first game we were given it, in a negative way was Arcade. So I think it just has a bad taste for people right now. Will My.com listen to players' feedbacks and complaints and resolve it as soon as you can? Are you okay with transparency? Our answer was, this is where we can make a difference. With Armored Warfare, we have grown the experience of working with player feedback. We are able to translate the voice of the community into workable parameters for the developers. This is something that matters to NetEase, since this is their first ingenious developed game published in Western regions.
So hopefully it doesn't take 20 days to hear back with a support ticket.
Actually, I have an answer. I have something for that. Yeah, I do. Okay, so the next question is actually tied in with what you just said. I asked, in the Chinese version of the game, there are active game masters, GMs, available in game. Will our version have same support system? The way they answered it was, RCMs and game masters will definitely be active and provide local support and host local events. They will also need to monitor, analyze, and eventually combat less pleasing player behavior.
Nice.
So it seems support will be pretty active.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I asked, will there be a VIP membership, optional subscription? They said, again, this is unfortunately tied to the business model question, which means that they don't have any information right now.
So we still don't know if it's going to be free to play, buy to play, or pay to play, and if it's going to have VIP option.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of okay with that, because I knew it was going free to play, which is nice. But from the comments on my videos, a lot of people didn't like that, and I'm also for buy to play, so we'll find out.
Yep. This is the last question, by the way. I tried to be a little sneaky in here. Try to get a CBT date from them. So here's the question. As for the last question, I'm hoping that we'll get something more juicy. Though fall is an extremely vague answer, have you guys narrowed down between September to December which months the game may launch its CBT? Their answer was, I understand the question, but at this point, we don't want to make any empty promises. We have targeted fall for testing, and we are hard at work to give our test group a solid game to test and help improve for the bigger groups to follow into the game.
So still no, not even a month. We don't even have a month.
Nope. Not even 3 months. We have fall, guys. We have fall.
Right, we have fall. So for everyone wondering, when does this game go into CBT? When's it going to have its test? That is the fall, and there's no answer. I'm sure when they have a date, they're going to post it on their website or something. But until then, you guys can expect the fall.
Yep. That's all the questions, man.
That's pretty good, man. They actually answered some really exclusive ones in this interview that I'm happy to hear about. And I'm pretty shocked to hear that it's not confirmed free to play. So I was 100% sure it was going to be free to play here. But who knows?
Yeah, I thought they were going to copy a lot of the Russian aspects. But after the marriage question, it kind of confirmed that to me that they're not following the Russian aspects of the game. So a lot will change, I think.
And the marriage question was a really good one, because I was very curious about that. So kudos for asking that, man. I'm glad they're changing it for our version. There you have it, guys. That is our interview with My.com. And Saru put all of this together from Eterna Gaming. So you guys can thank him. And hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you guys in the next one. See you soon, friends.